Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you guys today? What an awesome day. It is a chilly, brisk day in Pennsylvania. I am here with a very special guest. This is Hope Bevilhymer, right?
Oh, you said it right.
I said it right. Look at that. Can everybody hear me okay? We've got Rachel Rawson in the house, Joran in the house. Good morning. Joran is from Sweden.
And Rachel's from Britain somewhere.
She is. She's my favorite troll, man. She comes and hangs out and razzes us every day in here. Jay Littman, good morning, good morning. Pam's great outdoor adventure in the house. Jam House, good morning. Hell Kitten, hello. Oh, is Heavy Metal Magnet in the house? That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm sure he's at work. He probably just popped by in the beginning of the stream to give a thumbs up. Patricia Sprinkles, one of my favorite names. I love that. You can't help but smile when you see that name. Good morning, Allowing Bowie. Rodney White in the house. Good morning. There he is, Heavy Metal Magnet, off to work. Be safe, my friend. Don't fall off of any roofs today. We need to keep all of our limbs intact. Good morning, Ace Film Studios. How are you today? That's how I roll. Good morning, good morning. One of the amazing entrants in the B-Roll Smackdown for October. I hope you guys all went over to Panic D Videos, checked it out, and voted. Desmond's Donders, good morning. So if you don't know who Hope Bevilhymer is, we're going to get all into that today. I'm really excited. She had a heck of a harrowing drive from Philadelphia this morning. Good morning, Hoosier Back. Good morning, Undead Otter. Drove all the way from Philadelphia this morning through that crappy traffic, so she literally just got here like 4 minutes ago. So this is the first I'm getting a chance to talk to her, other than seeing her on her YouTube page. But if one of my amazing moderators are in the house could go and find Hope's YouTube page and drop the link in here, I'd appreciate that. Good morning, Karen Summers. I am relatively certain that Rachel Rawson can do that for us.
Oh yeah, Rachel can do that.
Good morning, Rachel. How are you today? Hopefully you're staying far away from that strawberry ice cream. I know it makes you edgy. So Hope Bevilhymer has a YouTube channel and she's an inspirational speaker on a lot of levels, and we're going to talk a lot about that. She has an amazing story to tell, guys, and you can also watch the story through her videos on her YouTube channel, but it wouldn't make any sense for me not to ask those sorts of questions. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Hope.
Okay, I am originally from Utah. I just moved here to Philadelphia. The reason for that is because I'm an amputee. I was born with bilateral club feet, and I had 29 surgeries to fix it, and so I had it amputated when I was 26 years old. Well, I play sled hockey for the USA women's sled hockey team, and so that's why I'm wearing the USA hat. Somebody had posted that earlier, said, nice USA hat. Yes, I'm on the USA women's sled hockey team, and we're going to try to be in the Paralympics in 2022. And I pretty much inspire people to just have the best day, have the best life, and, you know, never give up hope. And I live up to my name, and so that's just a little bit about me.
That's awesome. I mean, that's practically what this show is about, too. We try to make sure that everybody's motivated and excited for their day at the end of this one. Idiot of the day, good morning, good morning. Desmond's Donders in the house. Sky Pilot is in the house. Queen Paula Banks, good morning, Hoosier Back. I don't know if I said hi to Hoosier Back, but hello, good morning, my friend. This is all the fun that you get when you have to keep up with the chat. Hey, Chandra Pivo, hello, Irvin the Paid Tourist. Irvin is an over-the-road trucker, so he gets to travel all over the country as a paid tourist. Hey, Jelly Duck, how are you? Irvin, I hope you are driving carefully this morning. Panic D Videos, good morning, good morning. Jenny O'Brien, hello, hello. So I saw your video and it talks about how, God the Good One, good morning, hello. It talks about how you actually had to make the decision to become an amputee at 26 years old because of all the pain and stuff from all the surgeries. How do you even come to that sort of decision? I mean, I guess at some point the pain is just overwhelming, but...
Yeah, correct. So, you know, I started my first surgery when I was 2 months old, and then from 2 months to about 8 years old, I only had a couple surgeries because they were just fixing the leg. And then as soon as I hit my growth spurt at 13, it just, boom, I was having them like 2 or 3 times a year. And so I missed a lot of school. I was basically homeschooled, in and out of the hospital. And it got to the point when I was like around 26 years old that I was just taking so much medication to kill the pain. And the best way that I could tell a person how the pain was is like you take your hammer and you slam your thumb. That throbbing pain that you have in your thumb after you hit it with a hammer was what was in my ankle 24/7. And so I wasn't able to walk very far. I wasn't able to hike. I wasn't able to. And I went to the doctor and he's like, we have options. We can continue doing these surgeries, because I was having surgery after surgery. And you may end up in a wheelchair. You may have more problems, and the medication you're taking could kill one of your organs. Or we could amputate. And at that point, you know, you're be told amputation. It scared me. And he's all, I don't want you to make this decision right now. You need to think about it, because once you do this, it's you cannot change.
It's a one-way street.
Yeah, once you do it, we can't say, oops, let's fix this. And so I literally went home, and for about a month, I weighed out the pros and the cons, and the pros were more. And since I've had it amputated, I'm now a drummer. I snowboard, play sled hockey. I can run. I can hike. It's a whole new world.
And these are all things you couldn't do before at all.
No, I sat at home and stared at 4 walls for most of my life.
Oh, that's... Well, then I guess it was the right answer for you.
It was the correct, yeah.
It's just that mental hurdle of thinking, but yeah, I won't have a leg.
I know, and at that point, I didn't know what like the outcome was going to be after the amputation, but they kept encouraging me that with the technology, with prosthetics and things like that, that I would be able to be active in this life. And it was like the day of surgery, I was supposed to be in the hospital for 14 days. The day of surgery, I was awake, I was ready, I wanted to leave, and they discharged me within 4 or 5 days.
I guess it comes down to, it was a choice between perpetual pain for the rest of your life and not being able to do anything, or the possibility of still not being able to do anything, but without pain.
Correct.
And, you know, the fact that even though you know, now you can do everything and you don't have the pain is just an extra bonus.
It is.
Wow, what a decision. I can't imagine having to make that sort of decision. We've got a lot of fun folks in the room. We've got Pond and more. Hello, hello. Carolyn, USA, good morning. Allowing Bowie is in the house. TWG7 made it. She's handing out donuts, dog food, and broken hearts this morning. Good morning, good morning. Oh my, JNC, hello, hello. How are you today? Diet Pepsi in the house. He's trying to get me that Diet Pepsi sponsorship. Every day we come in here and we have fellowship with the Diet Pepsi. Good morning, Bearded Beer Man. How are you today? Carolyn. Oh, it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you guys. So this is Hope Bevilhymer. She is, she had her, which leg is it?
It's right.
It's the right leg, amputated below the knee to alleviate lots of pain that she had. Now, what sort of surgeries do they do to try to fix it?
For the club feet when they try to fix it?
Because you had like all these surgeries.
Yeah,
What were they doing?
So when I was first born, the best way I could explain it is it looked like a hook. So my toes touched like the back of my calf.
Right.
So they had to like cut the tendons, make it straight, and do all this when I was like a baby. And so they got it to the point that it was like this. But once I started growing, my ankle was not round, it was square. So it made this like clicking noise. Yeah, so they had to fuse my ankle. Well, I was kind of active, but not really active. I would play sport. I had 3 brothers, so I'd play sports with them. I ended up breaking my ankle constantly, so they would have to do reconstructive surgery of taking bone off my hip and putting it on my ankle.
Oh.
And then my legs, this leg was 2.5 inches shorter than the other one, so they surgically broke it and we stretched it to make me tall. So that one was like a year.
And when she says tall, that's
tall.
in quotes.
Yeah, I'm not super tall. I'm only 5'5". But one side was like 2 inches shorter than the other, so I had this like really bad limp. So they stretched it that my legs would be the same size. So it was just in and out of hospitals.
I can only imagine when they're going through this. Of course, this is the whole purpose of this, is just to save your leg, theoretically.
Correct.
But they don't really take into account how much pain you're gonna have. I mean, probably the best thing they could have done was just decided to amputate it when you were a baby. That
would have probably been the best, but it was a decision that, you know, through the years they were just trying to save it, get me to the best quality of life that I could have, and it just kept progressively getting worse and worse and worse, and so then that's when the decision came.
Oh, there's a bee. Awesome. Good morning, Exploring Ginger and Stephanie Douglas. Hello, hello. Yes, please hit those thumbs up buttons. Let's see how many folks we can get in the room to meet Hope this morning. She has an absolutely amazing tale. Michael Feyrer Jr., please tell Hope I have a friend named Chad Jukes who had his leg amputated for an IED in Iraq last year. He climbed Mount Everest.
Yeah, I haven't done that one yet.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, do you think that what you've been through has, put it this way, would you be the same person today with the same kind of motivational aspirations and that sort of thing if you hadn't gone through all of these trials and tribulations?
I don't believe so. I think, you know, every time I think about that, if I hadn't experienced what I've experienced in my life, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. After I had my leg amputated, and the best way I explain it to people is that it was like an animal was released from its cage, because I was in a hospital or a home for like 26 years. And so I kind of got to observe life and not experience life. And so with me being released, it's been able for me to experience so much more in this life, and so much more for me to just, I don't think I would be the same person, no.
And maybe just a little bit of extra appreciation. One of the things that you touch on in your last video, which I absolutely loved, and she basically tells the story that she just told you in her last video, but one of the things that you talk about is our perception of what our bodies can handle from a pain perspective, and what we can handle mentally is a lot different in reality than what you think it is. And this is something I experienced going through basic training. You always think your body can only take so much punishment, and then they just push you further. And it kind of gets into your head that, well, there's probably a whole heck of a lot that my body can handle that I don't know about. And that's one of the main points that you made, is that your body could just handle so much more than you really think it can.
Yeah, and that's, yeah, my last speech was, it was like how to chop off your leg and live. And it's that you do not realize how resilient and how much your body can take until you're at that point. It's just like exercising. They always tell you to go 5 minutes longer, or push-ups, 10 more push-ups extra, but you think you can't do it, and your body can just handle so much, and we don't allow it to. We just think it can't do it. And if we survived childhood, think about your childhood. You know, we were wild as children, you know, we're falling off of things, we're doing things, but we were resilient. We didn't, we felt the pain, but 2 hours later or 10 minutes later, we're doing it again. It just, we just don't allow our bodies to do what they're capable of doing.
True. And that's what separates the average human being from the amazing, fantastic athlete, is they push their bodies to the absolute limit because they understand that they're capable of that much more than we actually think. Yeah, TWG7 knows exactly what I'm talking about. She has a lot of physical ailments and that sort of thing that she works with every day. Mim, good morning, good morning. How are you today? Rachel Rawson. Me and Hope were talking yesterday about helping her with some cool but simple camera shots. Yes, Rachel Rawson, I know exactly what you were talking about, my friend, and I will make sure that I discuss it with her as soon as we're done today. Hi, everyone. Who has said hello to us? Oh, that's how I roll. Good morning, good morning. Sometimes the chats get long. It's hard to read. I agree with that statement. Same here. I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for my disability. You go, girl. That's right, Chandra Pivo. And the beauty of Chandra is that you would never know there was a disability. She's just such an amazing and fantastic person. Well, you would never know that Hope had a disability. She's sitting here. She just looks just like me.
Yeah, especially when I wear pants. Everybody, like yesterday I went to a prosthetic company to just learn about prosthetics and stuff, and I had pants on. And the prosthetist is like, look at her leg, and the guy's all, she's an amputee. You couldn't tell because I had pants on. And
yeah.
I don't have the amputee, like I call it the waddle or gait.
That's because you've always been living with that sort of thing your whole life.
And I had it amputated in 2002, so it's been 14, 15 years, so I'm quite used to it now.
Avrai, good morning, good morning. You guys are awesome. Make sure you hit those thumbs up when you pop in the room. It helps new folks find us, and we want as many folks to be introduced to Hope Bevilhymer as we possibly can. And Rachel, please drop that link in there if you guys haven't checked out her channel. There we go. Look at that, right on cue. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. So how did you come to, did you always play hockey? Were you always a hockey fan? How did the U.S. hockey team come into the whole thing?
Well, back in Utah, there was when I was going through the surgeries with my club feet and stuff like that, there was a local adaptive recreation program called sled hockey, and it was in 1999. They're all, come try this out. And I was like, I was 21 years old, and I was all, I don't know about that. I'd never played sports or anything like that. And so I went and tried it out, and it was an all guys team. And so I went and played with them from 99 till 2009. I was the goalie for all men. It was all men. There was me and another girl in the nation that were the only girls at the time that played sled hockey. And so I just played it forever. Goalie fight. Rachel and I. So Rachel's a goalie too, and you never see goalies fight.
Yeah.
So we were in Czech Republic together playing the World Cup, and every time we were off the ice, we'd say, "Goalie, you want to go? Goalie, you want to go?" So she's trying to fight me right now because goalies don't fight. So yes, Rachel, I'll go. But anyways, so here comes sled hockey. I played it from 2009. I went and tried out for the men's sled hockey team, like the USA nation, because they're in the Paralympics. The men are, women aren't there yet. So I went and tried out for there, flew to Chicago, and I got denied. So did the other girl that's from Chicago as well. She got denied because we weren't male. And so I was frustrated. I quit the sport. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And I quit in 2009. Well, then I found out that there's a USA women's sled hockey team. And that was in 2016. And I went and tried out, and I made the team. And this is my 3rd season for the USA team.
That is so incredible. So did you watch hockey or anything before when you were
Little? No.
Yeah.
I watched football. I had all brothers. It was all football.
Football. Well, football is the best sport. Regardless of the trials and tribulations you've been through, Hope, you are beautiful. You inspire us, says Heavy Metal Magnet. Heavy, you are so true. Good morning, everyone. Much love. Much love to you, Budget Bookshelf. It's actually Budget Bushcraft, but it's a running joke. Rob's Homemade, good morning. Nathan Likes Drubs, hello. Patricia Sprinkles, still my favorite name. Still my favorite name, but that's only because we haven't seen the Coonhounds in the house in a while. Good morning, Michael T. Panetta. How are you today? Stephanie Douglas in the house.
Hockey talk. He's all, finally hockey talk.
Oh man, there we go. There we go. Some more. That's Hope's channel, guys. Check it out. I think last I checked, she had 17 subscribers.
Yeah, I just barely started YouTube.
I know that we can fix that problem. Good morning, Pauline Newman. How are you today? Inspiring stories and hockey. 2 of my favorite things. That's awesome, Jay Littman. Hey guys, I just want to inform you all. Jay Littman has a vlog coming out at 11:30 today. And if you want to check it out, I'd highly recommend it. It's kind of a response to the most recent, to one of the more recent vlogs that Peter McKinnon put out about how being a vlogger is a lonely game. I totally related to what Peter McKinnon was saying, so I'm really interested to see what Jay has to say on the subject because he's always so enlightened about these sort of things. So check it out at 11:30 if you have a chance. PSPR Paranormal, good morning, good morning. Good morning. I am here with Hope Bevilhymer. She is on the women's Paralympic, I guess it's USA hockey team. It's a sled hockey thing. Boom, made this one meeting canceled. Hey, Ed Joe, good morning. Ed Joe is a very big YouTuber. If you haven't checked out his stuff, it's impeccable. He puts out a vlog whenever he thinks it's ready, and believe me, he's a perfectionist. So I would definitely highly recommend you check out Ed Joe if you have a chance. Really inspiring stuff. He's an older gentleman. He's at least 29 years old. He's got to be at least a year older than I am, and he's a super awesome dude. Culinary Cookhouse, good morning. Everyone in the chat gets the joke. See, I just turned 28 a couple of weeks ago.
No, I'm 21 forever.
21, yeah, Monica just turned 25. Hey, good morning, Daniel. This time around, Travelog, hello, hello. So you guys, so when is the next games?
Well, so we have, our team gets together every month. They fly us to a location. I was just in Michigan a couple weeks ago where they do training with us for 4 or 5 days. And then they'll fly us to our next location, we'll do training. And then like this last year, we had the World Cup. And so we played Canada and we beat them. We got the gold medal in the World Cup.
Sorry, all you wonderful folks from Canada.
Yeah, you know how the United States and Canada is with hockey. They love each other off the ice. They hate each other on the ice. So, But yeah, so we went and did that, and then this year, I think they're trying to do the same thing. But the plan is we have to have 6 nations to compete in the Paralympics. Right now we have 4.
Okay.
So there needs to be a couple more nations that need to get involved in sled hockey with the women for it to be a Paralympic sport.
So what sort of, so who do we have so far? What about Mexico?
No Mexico.
Well, see, we need
Canada,
to get those Mexico
United
folks.
States, there's an Asia team, and Europe is Europe. They need to split.
Yeah, split up
Sorry,
Europe.
Rachel,
Come
you need
on.
to split. So yeah, Europe's Europe, and it's like Norway, Great Britain. It's all the European teams put together.
All right, well, Rachel, get on that, okay? Hey, Jeremy Feyrer, good morning. I said that really wrong, and I apologize, but I still love you, my friend. And you're also, let's see. Oh, by the way, Ed Joe, I thank you so much for having me in your most recent video. That means so much to me, to be involved with such an amazing YouTuber. Good morning, David D. How are you today? Brexit. Brexit. That's funny. Midnight Madness 4x4. All the new folks in the room, this is Hope Bevilhymer. She had her right leg amputated below the knee at 26 years old. She is now a member of the women's sled hockey, the USA women's sled hockey team that hopes to compete in the Paralympic Games this coming
2022.
2022. So they have some time. They could split it up. Good morning, Reagan. How are you? I mean, it just makes sense if they're competing as all of Europe and they know they want to have the women compete in the games. It just makes sense that at some point they're going to say, well, let's just split up the Europe team, and boom, we've got 6 teams.
That way you can have like Great Britain and Germany and all these different, you know. We had, in the, when we did the World Cup, we had 40 nations show up, but we didn't have enough, like, so there was 2 Scotland girls, there was 2 Norway girls, so, but we had 40 different nations show up, and so it was nice to see that the program is expanding, but each team needs like 15 to 18 people on the team.
Yeah.
And so if the Scotland only has 2, like it's not going to make a whole team. So yeah, they just need, it'll get there. I'm not worried. So my goal is to get a gold medal someday in the Paralympics. So. There's
Timberhill Red Bones. That used to be Timberhill Red Bones Coonhounds, which was probably my favorite YouTube name ever, but they dropped the Coonhounds, so now Patricia Sprinkles is my new favorite name. How good the Team Europe women were in the Czech Republic, though for the first year, we were already in it, hunting down new players all the time.
We'll keep up hunting more players.
Keep hunting. Keep hunting. I literally poured coffee down my face over myself. Dang hand spasms. TWG7, you got to get that under control, my friend. Please don't spasm that hand.
Or move to iced coffee.
Yes, I would. Yeah, iced coffee. I would hate to see you accidentally punch yourself in the face, TWG7. That would be bad. Donuts, dog food, and broken hearts. Tell me that doesn't look like little dog bowls there.
It does look like dog bowls.
Yeah. See, now, apparently that's coffee cups.
Oh, it looks like dog bowls.
But they look like dog bowls to me. And then this is a different heart than she usually uses. This one looks like it might have been broken, but they have taped it with some tape or something today. So we've got donuts, dog food, and taped, almost broken hearts. The coffee conspiracy. You know it. You know it, Exploring Ginger. Yeah, I've done it, Michael. I've hit myself in my face. Well, don't do that, TWG7. That is bad for your health. So, how often do you guys practice? I mean, how does the life of I guess a semi-professional hockey? I guess when you're in the Olympics, it's always non-professional, I suppose.
So each one of us is on a home team. So my home team is in New Jersey. That's why I moved out to Philadelphia, as Utah has dissipated all sled hockey. And not all of it, but they don't have any teams out there. They have nowhere for me to practice. And so that's why I moved to Philadelphia, is to get the training that I need. And each person has a home team, and those home teams practice once or twice a week. And then they participate in tournaments throughout the season. And then for the USA women's team, they just get us all together. We're talking, they're from all over the nation. We have one in California, we have one in Arizona, there's Colorado, Missouri, a bunch on the East Coast, and then they all pay for us to fly into a location, which our next location is North Carolina. Yeah, North Carolina. And then we will get trained by our coach, and like I have a goalie coach and stuff, and they will train us for 4 or 5 days. And so it's just straight morning, noon, and night we train on those tournament things. And then we go home, and then we go back to, and our season starts in September and it ends in May. So we're doing this for about 9 months.
9 months.
And then off season, all of us usually have a different sport we play. I played softball back in Salt Lake. I was either the catcher or first base. And so we all play an off season sport as well.
Just to stay in shape, I would guess. We've got Will's World Media, all in RVA. It has been a minute, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Pam's Great Outdoors in the house. Haven't seen you in a while. Good morning, Alan Lamb. Hello. I am here with Hope Bevilhymer of the U.S. Women's Paralympic sled hockey team.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Michael, it's actually cold here today. I am sorry, TWG7. I can tell you right now, it's probably colder here. Lots of B-roll SmackDown peeps in the house. Yes, please vote, guys. Please vote. So you also on the side now, you're deciding that you want to go out there and inspire others.
Correct.
In your situation through the motivational speaking aspect. So how do you get something like that off the ground? How does that work?
So pretty much I have to have platforms. And so each platform, so like chopping off my leg and living, and you just kind of have to have one platform that you're passionate about. And the one thing I'm really, really passionate about is humans, like their souls, their spirit, their everything about them. And I just want to encourage people, because just my observation of individuals is we live in a society where everybody's kind of gloomy. There's some that are up and happy, you know, but like a lot of the individuals just they've lost their hope or their dreams or their inspiration or anything. And I just want to show them, you know, that no matter what you go through or whatever pain you experience, may it be emotional, physical, or anything like that, that there is always a light at the end of the tunnel, and there is always something that's going to be better at the end. And that's kind of what my motivational speaking is about, is just, you know, I tell people about what I've experienced in life, and that no matter what comes your way, you're able to handle it no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what. It doesn't hurt to have some beautiful people in your life as well to help you through all of that stuff. Good morning, Hell Kitten. How are you today? So you have you done any speaking engagements, or are you just getting it off the ground? How does it work? How do you find gigs for to be a motivational speaker?
I haven't spoken in Philadelphia yet. I have done because another random fact about Hope, I'm the Volvo for Life winner.
Oh wow!
I get a brand new Volvo every 3 years for the rest of my life. I know,
man,
rough life.
That's pretty epic. I noticed that thing is quite beautiful too.
So yeah.
Here, let me show you guys what we're talking about here. This Volvo right here is this one right here. Amazing, amazing. That is so cool.
So I won that award in 2005. They flew me to New York and I won the whole thing. And so with winning that award, they gave me an opportunity to go out and speak to people. So I did do some speaking in Washington, D.C. I did some speaking back home in Utah. I haven't done anything here in Philadelphia, but pretty much as a motivational speaker, it's word of mouth. You go to a conference or you hear, you know, and so I have put in for some conferences. You have to kind of like apply for them, and I've applied for the ones that are coming up in 2019. In the meantime, I just try to get into companies and things like that, and
right.
You just have to kind of promote yourself and get out there and tell them what you're about. Hence why I started the YouTube channel, so because a lot of them wanted videos of like me speaking, and I didn't have anything because I was just like always
YouTube.
Yeah, I was always out just speaking and not recording it. I was just like having a good time.
I'm gonna help you to make sure you can put together some stuff that's gonna be more interesting to look at as well. We're gonna work on that a little bit today. TWG7 says when you get sick of that one, she has need of a car. Steve Miller Photo, good morning, good morning. Man, that is just awesome. What did you have to do to get involved in that?
So right after I had my leg amputated, I started an organization that collects prosthetics and ships or delivers them to developing countries.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I've been to Cambodia, Romania, all over the world just delivering these prosthetics, because in the United States we can't reuse them. So they just throw these $50,000 legs away. And because of product liability laws, everybody is just disregarding their prosthetics. And you have an individual, and I'm just using it as an example, you have an individual that's like in their 80s, they have diabetes, they just lost their limb. These legs are not cheap. My last one was $55,000.
Yeah, that's a car.
Yeah, it's a car. And so an individual just gets a brand new leg and then they end up passing away, or they can't use it no more, and then they go in their closet or they go into the garbage. And so there's components on your prosthetic you can reuse. And so I just put 2 and 2 together, started this organization, which is called the Limbs of Hope.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And so somebody nominated me for the Volvo for Life Awards, and yeah, I won the whole entire thing at the age of 28.
That is amazing. May Labata. Hello, May. How are you? I haven't seen May in the room before, so everyone do me a big favor. Let's welcome May to the room. I haven't actually talked to the new folks yet, so let's do that for just a moment. Excuse me. If you are new to the Best Hour and you do not know what this broadcast is all about, my name is Michael Feyrer Jr. I have a very special guest today, Hope Bevilhymer. This show is all about community, collaboration, and fellowship. We get together here every day. It is not actually my show. This is the show of all these amazing content creators that are in the room right now. We get together every morning, talk about YouTube and whatever else is going on, but the main focus of this particular broadcast is to introduce you to all the other amazing YouTubers in this room, because I believe that everyone's content is a heck of a lot more interesting when you get to know the person behind the camera. So we encourage collaboration and fellowship in this room. You definitely want to just take a moment, get to know all the other amazing content creators that are in here. And May, welcome, my friend. It is awesome to see you. If you are not subscribed to me, please do so. Please subscribe to my special guest, Hope Bevilhymer, that is in the room today with me. I like to do lots of collaborations, so if you watch this broadcast often enough, you are going to get to meet lots of YouTubers, as well as get to know a lot more about the folks in the room. And that's what the best hour of my day is all about. We also hope to throw out some inspiration and encouragement for you to get out there and film, have a great day, that sort of stuff. My dad has a prosthetic leg. He had one since he was 4, lost his leg in a car accident. I will say, Hope, you are amazing.
Well, thank you.
Hell, Kitten, you're awesome too, my friend. That is really a cool story. You're the first person that I've ever met that didn't have a limb, so it's
well, now you know somebody that's an amputee.
It's very interesting to get that sort of perspective. Do you find that it's uncomfortable when you go out, people look at you, or do they even notice?
It's different, because like back where I'm from, people notice. They kind of stare at you. It's that like there's something going on in their head. They can't quite figure out, you know, how did she lose her limb? Why is she like this? All this stuff. In Utah, where I'm from, the first questions they would ask me, did I lose it to cancer? Did I lose it to diabetes? Did I lose it? Right. You know, and then out here, everybody thinks I'm in the military.
Yes.
So
there's
like,
a lot of military.
They say, thank you for serving your country. And I'm like, I'm not military. And so like, yeah, so it's just a different perspective. People, when I see them, especially kids are the best. I love kids because they think it's like a transformer leg. And so I'll watch parents walk past me, and then all of a sudden the kid will stop and there goes the parents, and the kid is just staring at me like, okay, these two things don't match. Why is she like this? And so you get a different perspective from everybody.
Oh, that's really fascinating. I'm gonna actually ask some weird questions, guys.
Ask
because I want to know these sort of things. What is etiquette? But good morning, Gamma. Gamma has autism. She's awesome. She's
nice.
Really testing the limitations of what she can do with her affliction. And it's her birthday weekend. Happy birthday, Gamma.
Happy birthday.
Angela M, hello. Gamma was inspired to go and push herself to get out of her comfort zone because of the best hour. And so she's out there doing things that she wouldn't normally do. And when you have autism, you get overstimulated. And then she gets on a broadcast and talks about her experiences in the hopes that if she does it often enough, she won't be getting overstimulated with the kind of things that used to overstimulate her before. So she's very inspiring to me. Good morning, Happy Trails. How are you today? Parked America. Thanks, Happy Trails. It is nice to see you, Parked America. Woo, it's cold. I filmed just a little bit today, Michael. Undead Otter, hello. So, yeah, I know that there's always a question since I'm gonna get to know Hope more as a friend, I think I can ask these questions because I don't know how to handle it. Like, I'm always uncomfortable I'm sorry, but people who have limbs are always fascinated by the not having a limb, but there's always an etiquette thing where, what do you say? What can you ask? Skinny G Panda, good morning, good morning.
Like, you can, well, see, with me, it's completely different. My parents raised me, like, I was born in '76, and so the Disability Act didn't come along till 91 or 95. And so people with disabilities were never, like, out in public or anything like that when I was growing up. But my parents were very adamant about me being in the public eye. And when people would stare or people had questions, my mom would straight up, if you have a question, ask her. And she'll answer whatever you want. So with me, it's different. You can ask me anything and I won't be offended. But some individuals, and I'm not saying all amputees, when they lose their limb, it's because of a traumatic experience. Yeah. I had the option to choose, you know. And so sometimes they lose it to an IED, like the individual that had spoken there, or a car accident, or diabetes, or things like that. Or like an individual I met that his leg had been broken and they kept trying to fix it for over 5 years. He had like a compound fracture or something like that. And they were trying to save his leg for over 5 years, and then he finally had it amputated. And so most of it's traumatic. And so sometimes with the amputees, and I've just noticed by the jobs that I do, that they become that their life is over, that they can't experience anymore. And
there's
so
a little bit of shame involved there.
Yeah, that they think because their limb's lost, their life's lost as well. And so I just, as me, I try to encourage people that are amputees especially to go out and live the best life you are. You have only lost your limb. You haven't lost your life, your livelihood, or anything like that. And there's so much technology with the 3D printers, with the legs and everything that they've come out with these days, that amputation, you can grow with it. Just like you as I get older, my legs get better, like, because of technology.
Oh yeah.
And so with me, you can ask me any question. But with most individuals that have disabilities, most of the time when people approach me, can I ask you a question about your leg? And I usually say yeah or whatever, you know. It's not just like, well, how did you lose your limb? Because then I get kind of funny and I'll be like, it's not lost. I know exactly where it's at. Like, so it just depends on my mood for the day. But for the most part, you can ask me any kind of question.
Well, that's awesome. That's how I roll. Asks, how many different prosthetics do you have?
I have 2 right now, but since I've had it amputated, an amputee gets a new prosthetic every 3 to 5 years.
Do they just wear out that
They wear
fast?
out, so yeah, because I'm active, I totally destroy the leg within like 3 to 5 years. And so I have 2 legs. I have the leg that I have on now, and then I have an electronic leg that I have to charge like a phone. And so it's, yeah, and I don't have that one on me today.
Oh, okay. Hey, Not Cool, good morning. May Lambada asks what words that we can say on a live and not to say. Well, May, it's easy just to have normal conversation. There's nothing you could say in a normal conversation that you would have with your mom that you can't say here. I can promise you that. Oh, man. I know some amputees get phantom limb syndrome, but do you? That's an interesting question.
Yes, and so actually I am blessed. I do not receive that.
What is that exactly?
So what they think it is when you have your leg amputated or your arm or whatever, your limbs amputated, they think that the nerve endings and something to do with your psychological, because after I had my leg amputated, I fell over a lot because it felt like I still had my leg. Like, it's like, you know, when you wear glasses for too long or something like that, and you take glasses off and it still feels like you have the glasses on your face. It's the same thing that happened with my leg, is that I thought that it was still there. Well, when people have a traumatic experience, so they get their leg crushed, they feel all that pain, and it's continual pain that comes through. So when a person has their leg amputated or their arm or something, they still feel the hand and they still feel the pain. And so it's a mix between your nerves and a mix between your
brain's still associating that the limb is still there.
And so yeah, phantom pain happens in a lot of amputees. I was lucky back at the University of Utah Hospital where I had my leg amputated. They had me sign a waiver doing a research program type thing. And so they numbed I had an epidural which numbs your whole entire legs, and then I got a pain med shot behind my kneecap, and they did that 3 hours before I had surgery. So I had no feeling from like anything down before I had surgery. To this day, I have not experienced phantom limb pain.
So you might just be one of the lucky ones, or maybe you just had the right surgeons, or who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and I ride motorcycle. The only time I've ever felt my leg, like felt a foot, is I was riding my motorcycle and it felt like my foot was on fire, and I was all like driving and I'm like, why is my foot burning? And then I was like, wait, I don't have a foot. It shouldn't be burning. And so, sorry, I have a cold and I'm coming over. But anyway, so I was like, what? And so I talked to my doctor. He said what happened is the vibrations from the motorcycle had caused my nerves to just
activate.
That's
so strange.
I know. Well, yeah.
Did you do Rio de Janeiro for the 2018 Olympics? Rodney, the team is still kind of trying. They have 4 teams. They need 6. So they'll hopefully be in the next Olympics if they can get 2 more teams together. My dad still tries to scratch his ankle sometimes when he's asleep. I can imagine that would be strange. That's one of the things that I had always heard about. Obviously, that wouldn't be an issue with someone who was born without a limb. Okay, wish I can stay. I'm at work. Break right now. Just stop to say hi. You find people. Well, have a great day, May. Have a great day. That's one of the most fascinating aspects, I think, of losing a limb is that your brain will still interpret that the limb is still there.
Yeah, and it was really like weird. I'm not getting, I don't know, I'm just gonna say it anyways, but anyways, when they cut my limb, they took the back of my calf and brought it over and stapled it, okay? Well, the front of, like, I'd scratched the front of my stump and it felt like I was scratching the back of my calf because all the muscles had been brought over.
And all the nerve endings.
Yeah, and so it brought over
so
and it was like I was scratching the front and I'm like, oh, why does it feel like it's the back of my calf? That's so weird. So
does that help you when you're now walking with your prosthetic to get a better feeling of what, you know?
Well, kind of, yeah. The prosthetic's
or is it just
different.
Confusing?
No, it's good. Well, the best way I can explain a prosthetic too is like if you have a pen and you're holding a pen and I push on that pen, you know how you feel that pressure? You don't feel me touch you, but you feel me push on it. That's the same thing with a prosthetic, is I feel it push on my stump, but I don't actually feel it like touch my stump. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So I can feel the pressure of something's pushing on my stump, but it's not like actually causing any pain or anything to my stump.
Okay. So it would be like wearing a baseball glove or something like that.
Yeah, and then
almost.
you push on the glove or you catch on the glove and you can feel it in your hand, but you don't actually feel the physical part of it.
What? How long did it take you to get the hang of walking with a prosthetic limb?
I am not normal, so it took me about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yes, I put that thing on and I was done. I was out the door.
It just must have been so exciting to actually have the opportunity to just do things without pain.
Yeah, my mom explained it as I had this look on my face growing up, like I was ready to kill you, like I was angry all the time. And she said that when she walked into the hospital room after I had my leg amputated, that look had come off my face. It was just no longer pain, no longer anything like that. And yeah,
wow.
The doctor came in one morning and it was like, I was the 5th day in the hospital and he's like, do you want to go home? I'm all, please, just get me out of here. Like, it was so boring. And so then I went home, and then with prosthetics, as soon as you get the stitches out, they want you in a leg immediately.
I can imagine that your mom must have just broke down seeing you smile. And
yeah, my mom's amazing. She was there for all 30 surgeries and then some. So yeah, absolute amazing mom.
I can't imagine. I just...
And then she raised 3 other boys with it, so yeah.
Skinny G Panda asked, do you ever get asked from strangers, can they touch your prosthetic?
Yes, and I let them, and then I also asked them, because like sometimes I'll just stare at it, and I have a foot, it looks like a mannequin foot, so like a rubber foot. I always take it off and they're like staring at it and I'm all, you can touch the toes, I can't feel it. And I'm not recommending this for anybody. It's right after I had my leg amputated, it was just fascinating to me that my foot was there and I couldn't feel it. Oh. So I would take staple guns and I would do it all the time. I would just be like, I can't feel this is so awesome. And like, yeah, so I don't recommend people putting staples through their prosthetics, but it was just a fascination to me that it looks like I have a foot, I should have a foot, but I can't feel it. You can stomp on it, you can kick me, everything, and it just doesn't, yeah.
I came late, Hope, a big fan of watching hockey. Do you have a favorite hockey team?
Previously I did, but now I am really liking the Las Vegas Knights. Sorry.
Las Vegas Knights, huh?
Yeah, just because watching them start a new program and then going all the way to the playoffs was like amazing, so.
Gemma says she used to work with patients who have prosthetic limbs. They are the most humble people. and giving. She loved it. That's really interesting. I think that when you go through something like that, it changes the way that you look at life in general.
My dad likes to scare people in bars. He would stab his leg. Yep, see, we just do that because if you have pants on too, nobody even knows.
Oh, that's so funny. And men wouldn't let you play on their team. They're lost. That's exactly right, Alan. Yeah. That's exactly right. But you know, the beauty of it is that just means that they're going to bring in an era where women have their own team and can play. So that's pretty cool too. That's pretty cool. Thank you for representing our country in the Olympics. Hope. Have a great day, everyone. Hey, Heavy Metal Magnet, do me a big favor, man. Be safe, okay? Love you, my friend. Michael Feyrer Jr., this is an awesome guest, listening and working. Love the energy and positivity. You rock, Hope. Really love your attitude. That's awesome. Thank you, Ed Joe. That's fantastic. Hope is... I was really looking forward to this for a long time. I guess we talked about a month ago almost about coming on.
Well, Rachel Rawson is the one that inspired me to come and watch you. She's like, because she knew I was just starting this YouTube channel, and she's a videographer. She does all these great, amazing things.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah, she does some amazing stuff, and she's clear over in UK somewhere. And so she's, I'll check him out, and I watched you and watched you and watched you, and then I just wrote, because you said, I'm out here in Pennsylvania, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm in Philadelphia, you're in Pennsylvania. So yeah, I hit him up about a month ago, and we just barely able to connect.
Desmond Donders, this hour is going to be far too short. Need to go into overtime. Desmond, you know I don't do that, but thank you. Hey, you know what? Hope is just in Philadelphia, so if we need to do a round two, maybe I go up and visit her on her stomping grounds. I have not broadcast from Philadelphia yet, so I think it could be kind of fun. And I'm telling you, I'm enjoying this hour. He is right. We're at the 45-minute mark already.
I know, you just chit-chat.
At the first 10 minutes seem like they last forever. And then there's this space in between where time doesn't exist, and it's just boom, it's almost over. All right, Ed Joe, have a great day. Ed Joe is from Canada.
Oh, sorry, Canada, sorry.
He's one of our beautiful Canadian friends.
Catch you on the ice.
Flying Monkey, hello. If you guys are not aware, Hope hops at 30, guys. I don't know what you guys mean by that. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, that probably subscribers maybe? I don't know. I started with 17 this fine morning, so maybe
that's
I'm
awesome.
at 30. I don't know.
That's fantastic. I wouldn't mind hitting 50 if we can make that happen, but you know what? It doesn't really matter.
No.
She's not worried about subscribers. She just wants to make sure as many people see her message as possible. That's what it's all about.
Right, and I always had this philosophy, if I just make one person's day better, then I've done my job for the day. Just one person.
That's awesome philosophy. That is one of the best things about the best hour. I come on here and so many people tell me, hey, this is the best hour of my day too. We have fun, we have fellowship, we get inspired. What her link so I could check it out. Rachel Ross, can you drop that link for me, please? If you are going to Philly, I'm coming with you. Jay, that would be awesome. Jay lives in Maryland.
I'll be in Maryland this weekend for a hockey tournament.
Hey, did you hear that, Jay? Maybe you could work with Hope a little bit this weekend if you're going to be in her area. Jay does it used to be a daily vlog. Now he posts 3 times a week. I think he's an exceptional filmmaker. I really do. I can't wait for Jay to explode. And by the way, Jay has a vlog coming out at 11:30 today, so check it out. It is kind of a response to Peter McKinnon's video about how lonely vlogging is. And trust me, I could totally relate to that. I'll drive if you go to Philly. See, Michael T. Panetta's in too. These are all guys that I met through the best hour.
Nice.
That's what the collaboration is all about here. These guys are amazing.
Yes, I'm in South Baltimore. I'll be in Abingdon. I don't know the name of it. It's like an hour and 23 minutes from Philly. That's all I know.
So it's probably in the northern edge,
a
little bit north of Baltimore.
Yes.
That's cool, because we are about 40 minutes from Baltimore from here.
Yeah.
I think, somewhere in there. I know exactly where that is. There you go, Jay. Hey, Jay, she has a Twitter account. Rachel, if you could maybe pop Hope's Twitter information in there so that if somebody wants to get a hold of her, they can do that. Michael T. Panetta has 45,000 subscribers, so he's a good guy to get to know. But not only that,
it just sounds like a good guy to get to know.
He's a great guy. He's really funny, and he loves to collaborate. So it doesn't matter what your subscriber count is. Michael T. Panetta wants to get with you, hang out, have fun. Him and I and Jay have a video where we went to Hershey Park. And it might be my favorite video that I've ever done, because my favorite thing to film is just people having fun and enjoying life. In fact, my video today that drops at 11 o'clock is very much in that vein, and I'm so excited about this video that comes out at 11. So please, if you have 2 minutes and 48 seconds, donate that to this video. I think you're gonna enjoy it. It has a really inspirational message. So check it out if you have the time. I would appreciate it. We're gonna work today a little bit on Hope getting her video stuff squared away. We're gonna talk about her process so I can help her to produce videos that more people wanna watch. And there's some really simple tips I got for you.
Perfect.
So you're gonna love this.
Excited.
You're gonna love this. Good luck, Hope, on getting into the Olympics. I really hope she is able to bring some gold. The first women's American team did it. I hope you do it too. That would be awesome.
And that's that's the thing I can't quite wrap my head around is we're going to be the very, very first women's USA sled hockey team. And so
it's pretty
as
incredible.
soon as we make it to the Paralympics, it's like, yeah, I'm getting gold. I don't care what happens. That's my goal and mission, and I will get gold. And so
did you, I'm assuming you watched the last Olympics. The women's hockey team was unbelievable. That was just incredible.
Yeah, they were on fire. Yeah, I'm so glad they got gold. It was just an amazing watching them be able to experience that. So
what an emotional ride. Oh my goodness. I love it.
Yeah, even when we won the gold in Czech Republic, we hadn't experienced that before. Like, you know, I hadn't experienced it. So I've been playing sled hockey for over 20 years, and I started bawling my eyes out, like everybody's crying of just happiness of just even getting the gold medal for the World Cup, you know. And I can't imagine what it's gonna be like when we get the Paralympics.
You guys have already had some awesome success, which is great. You know, my daughter, she is a swimmer for the University of Delaware, and of course when you swim at a very high level, everyone always asks you, are you going to go to the Olympics? I don't think that you guys realize the level that an athlete has to be to compete in the Olympic Games. It's kind of ridiculous, to be perfectly honest with you. She's very good, and she holds all the records at Delaware for her stroke. And she is nowhere near fast enough to make the Olympic team. That is the difference between Olympic sports. So it's pretty amazing. It really is. It's very inspiring. My sister is on the Special Olympics in Minnesota. She has a gold in swimming and bowling. She loves it and makes it all the way to the regional so far. Well, Skinny G, that's awesome. That's incredible. Oh man. So, I mean, just having the honor of competing in the Olympics and that sort of thing, I can't even imagine. I just can't imagine.
Yeah, and being at this last competition, individual talked to us, and he was like, he told us, you know, it's an honor to wear the USA, you know, jersey. Like, once you receive being part of the USA team, you know, it's like they have picked the best of the nation. And I still can't, my head's still not wrapping around that, you know, I'm one of the best goalies in the USA in sled hockey, and the women's. There's 3 of us, and that we are all one of the best, and they have chosen us because they believe in us and they believe in our abilities. And it's true. I left everything at home in Utah. I only know 2 people in Philadelphia besides all these people and you. I know 2 people, and I have gotten rid of all of my distractions so that I can pursue my goal as an athlete. And that's sometimes what people have to do. You look at boxers, MMA fighters, they have to get rid of all their social life to do things. I have to eat right. I have to go work out 3 or 4 times a day.
YouTuber, you got to get rid of everything because this is all there is, baby.
I know, just YouTube. I have YouTube friends now. Yes.
You gotta love it, or you're screwed. You gotta love it, or you're screwed. Is there an Olympics for getting your hair braided and dressed in 24 hours? Because I did that. Does that?
I think there should be, if you can do that pretty fast, yes.
This is all there is. Happy Trails Hiking knows what I'm talking about. When you are a full-time YouTuber like I am, that's all there is. There is nothing else. My wife probably would have gotten annoyed with me if she didn't realize how much passion and thrill and excitement I get from YouTube. And it got to the point where now she's deeply embedded in the community and the whole thing. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
You too.
What? You too, Hope. Even though I'll never be an Olympian, I was so proud of my Great Britain shirt.
You're a goalie, so I don't know what you're talking about. Why can't you be the goalie for Great Britain in the Paralympics? So I don't know what you're talking about. You're never going to be an Olympian.
That's right, Rachel.
I have this joke with my friends. Put your hand in front of your face. That means that you need to smack yourself. So put your hand in front of your face and yeah.
Yeah, you know what, Rachel? I think you could act your way right into that job. You are going, you know.
No, the thing is because there wasn't any other goalies for some of the teams. Rachel came in and filled in for a lot of
everybody,
other teams, and she did amazing. She did absolutely amazing.
She just wants to get in too many fights. Maybe that's what it is.
Yes, she's like, yeah. We have. I wish she'll have to post it on her thing, but we circled each other. She's got it on video. We circled each other, and then we started fighting like little cats. It was the best.
Let's see, Michael Feyrer Jr. Can we get Monica and Arian together? She needs to hear that from a partner of a fellow full-timer. Absolutely, Jay Littman. I would love to do that. And you know what? I think Monica would love to do that as well. I was in the Special Olympics from 7th to the 12th grade. I did okay. Not as good as I would have liked, but there were a couple of things I won, like some softball throw in 7th grade, first place, got to state. That's awesome. Hey, you know what? I forgot to mention, because actually that's how I roll. His whole channel, that's the whole thing. He's in a wheelchair. Now, I don't know exactly what his affliction is or how he got his affliction, but he's also competing this month in the B-Roll SmackDown. So he's another person who has a disability that does not let him stop him. That is for sure. He's doing some amazing things. Because I'm not disabled, so I can't play for the Paralympic team.
So everybody may not be aware of this with the Paralympics, because it is like the Olympics, but for individuals that have disabilities that are physical disabilities. You have to qualify. Basically, I have to go into a bunch of medical people and they have to say, yes, you qualify for the Paralympics, because amputees automatically qualify, but other individuals that like have cerebral palsy or other things, you know, and so that's what Rachel's talking about, that she wouldn't qualify. So yeah.
Well, Rachel,
that's okay. We'll
I'm
still
sure.
fight.
Yeah, you could always go get a toe removed or something. Do you really need the pinky one? I don't know. Do you?
No.
I guess it probably. Yeah.
You need the big one. That's the one that balances you.
Yeah. You don't want to lose the big thumper.
Yeah.
51 thumbs up. You guys are amazing. We got 30 folks in the room. I can't tell you how much I appreciate all of you guys coming and hanging out with me and Hope today. If you do not know, this is Hope Bevilhymer. She is the goalie for the U.S. Women's Sled Hockey Paralympic team. They are hoping to go to the next Olympics if they can rouse up 2 more teams. So Europe, get your poop together and split up, okay? Or Mexico. Come on, guys. I know there's not a lot of cold weather there, but you can figure it out. Mm-hmm. You have a hockey team, all right? Come on. But this has been an absolutely amazing hour. I can't believe that we have so few moments left. If you guys have a question for Hope, please get it in. I have a feeling that Hope is now involved in the circle. And what that means is that all the folks that are in the circle, like Michael T. Panetta and Jay Littman and Inspired John, will all be hanging out with us at some point and doing videos with Hope to help to make sure that her message gets out there, because I think it's really important. Caleb S., you have not been in here in a while. It is awesome to see, but I certainly won't stop me from encouraging people into para hockey.
Like
my toes. Well, all right, Rachel. It's just a suggestion. You know me, I'm always trying to help. Hope now has the #1 troll on her channel, Michael Feyrer Jr. You may want to warn her. Yes, Hell Kitten is the one, she's the one authorized troll on the channel. She's so freaking hilarious. But she likes to come in and, like Rachel Rawson, cause a little bit of trouble, have a little bit of fun on the stream, and that is what makes this amazing audience so fantastic. We actually have about 2 minutes left. Karen, are you trying to say I am facially challenged?
That's why I love Rachel. She just has this personality that she just comes at you. Like...
She does. The Jamin Show, hello, hello. The Jamin Show is one of the most inspiring people that I know of. He has a whole platoon of children that he films on a regular basis. He's an awesome father. He's really getting it done. Rachel Ross, never mind.
They're talking about her chopping off her toes.
Oh yes, yeah. That's not necessary. It was actually a joke, so hopefully no one is offended.
They probably have prosthetic toes out there somewhere. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they might. They might.
The 3D printer, you can make all sorts of toes.
Oh man. Well, if you have any message for the amazing folks in the room, do me a favor. Go ahead and say it now. We have about 2 minutes left, or actually a minute left.
A minute left. It was an amazing experience to be with you today. I enjoyed it, and I hope we get to work together in the future. But I just want everybody, no matter how hard it gets, no matter what you're going through, to just keep going. Never lose hope, ever. And not me, but never lose hope, okay? It's always one more step you need to take, one more minute you need to push your body, one more whatever, and you're gonna hit that horizon, and doors will open for you as long as you give it the opportunity to do so.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so Happy Trails Hiking is going live for the 30-day challenge. If you don't know what that is, you can pop on over and check it out. It has been an absolute pleasure to spend this hour with you. I love you guys. Hope loves you. Thank you so much. Do me a big favor, okay? Go out there and find your adventure. Whatever that may be, make today count. Make it matter. Check out my video. It's on the same subject. I think you guys are really gonna love it, but make today count. Do something so that when you wake up on a Saturday, it's like, I don't even know how I'm gonna top that awesome Friday. I love you guys so much. I want you guys to have a great day, and I will see you really, really soon.